My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the remake of Resident Evil 4. And this review will have some spoilers, so there's your warning. But I've heard amazing things about Resident Evil 4 for the longest time, so I picked up the original copy on PlayStation 4, and I found it to be completely unplayable. The tank controls just destroyed the game for me. I just could not deal with it. So I was bummed out that I couldn't play a game as beloved as that one, but when I heard they were remaking it, I got really excited. I heard great things about this game, so I got really excited. And this game is one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. But let's get into it. First, with the characters. Leon is played very well by Nick Apostes, and he's just this great badass lead. He doesn't have a ton of depth to him, but it's not really needed. He just carries this story incredibly well. And then you've got Ashley, played very well by Nicole Thompson, and I think she does a great job. She's very competent and gets better throughout, and I love their relationship as it evolves. They come to care for each other, and their chemistry feels organic. You've got Ada, played by Lily Gao, and I know everybody hates her performance, but there's moments where I'm like, okay, she's doing good. There's other moments though, especially in the end, where she just comes across incredibly flat. Yeah, I still like the characters though. Then you've got Louise, played by Andrea Pina, and he's great. I love how this character has made plenty of mistakes and how he's just seeking redemption the only way he knows how. He's very charismatic and likable, and yeah, I thought he was great. I thought all the villains served their purpose incredibly well. And okay, there's a merchant who you buy weapons from, and I looked it up, and apparently it's not him, but he sounded exactly like JB Blank, the guy who voices Vandal from Arcane, but I guess it's not him. And the story is not the priority. Like, it's not bad by any means. I always say that some stories should take precedence in a movie or game, but sometimes it's the visuals. Sometimes it's the spookiness of it. Sometimes if it just makes you laugh. And I feel like this game knows exactly what it excels in and leans into that. The entire caught on display and their beliefs. It's such a fascinating, unique bit of horror that I just adored. And I love how you see these people become these mutated monsters and how the same thing is inside the main characters. So it adds an effective time bomb. And it just adds some nice tension and moments like when Ashley betrays Leon and takes his gun. It's a great moment because we see just how submissive they can be. And there are some great moments story-wise, like Louis' death definitely hit pretty hard, I found. How he talks about how he had a pretty shitty life. I thought that was effective. And I also love how the story and the location evolves in this movie, in this game story. Because it starts off in like this old-timey village, but then like it kind of transitions to this castle, to underground, to an island, and it just keeps the game interesting. If I had any issues with the story, it's the fact Ashley gets kidnapped time and time again, but it worked for me, and like I said, the priority is the atmosphere and tone, and this game is absolutely terrifying. This is like one moment where there was this dude in the dungeon with his eyes sewn up, so he can't see, but if you make any noise, he goes after you. And this sequence was really intense and heart pounding, and Then there was a moment later on when you face two of these guys that was even more difficult. I was stuck there for a couple hours, if I'm being honest. I'm not the best at this game. It's just dripping with atmosphere. It's creepy. There's bear traps everywhere. And when you're running away from people and you get caught, it makes it more difficult. There's these spiders that jump on people's back and control them that are really creepy. There's this sequence when you're going through this maze and there's dogs jumping through the hedges and some of them are mutated and that's really creepy. There was this sequence where you play as Ashley and there was like all these suits of armor and some of them come alive but some don't, so that just keeps you on edge the entire time. There was these bugs that sometimes camouflage, sometimes don't, but that's really creepy. There was these underwater beasts in this one small section which keeps you on your toes. There was this one moment where this monster is attacking you from the vents and it is legitimately terrifying and so difficult. There was this moment when you're in this lab and these white monsters keep attacking you and you don't know how to beat them, so you keep trying to kill them but you can't, so you're just running away from them, and that was insane. That was one of the most scared I've ever been in a game before. It really got to me. Then you've got this boss fight where you fight against Kraus and the booby traps there are great. There's a section where there's all these hanging body bags from the roof and some of them have the white monsters in them and that's really creepy. There's just a great variety of enemies and it's always changing and it never gets stale. And that's what this game does so brilliantly. It just always has a way to keep you on edge, to keep you in suspense, and it is just so much fun, and the technical elements are pretty amazing. The graphics are just beautiful, and like I said, the atmosphere is unreal, and lots of that is because of the graphics and the mood they're able to capture. The sound is really great. There's when it's the creepy bugs, you can hear them flying, and if you can't see them, that adds to the tension. Or sometimes you'll be in a building and you just hear a big over and over again, and you're just like, where is this guy? Because this is freaking me out. The score is very eerie. I love that about it. And the gameplay is just perfection. The enemies start off pretty difficult with this village sequence early on, and they only get harder, but they find a way to keep you powered up as well, so it never feels impossible. It's certainly difficult, but it's the right level of difficulty. Like, it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I died a lot. But I don't know, it just adds to the experience. I kind of dug it. I loved all the different weapons you can have and what you can build and just how you can upgrade those throughout. I love how you can collect these stones and how that can give you more money to power up your weapons more. There's this one minecart sequence which is amazing, and the boss fights are very difficult. Okay, Ramen Salazar, he was so hard, and I'm just like, I can't beat this guy. And I don't know if I could have, but I went back and grabbed a rocket launcher from the merchant, and then right in the beginning, I shot him right away. I'm like, oh, wow, that was really easy, really fast. The corner dude was really difficult, especially when you're in the dark and he's attacking you and you've only got your source of light. The final boss was actually pretty easy, I found, but I still enjoyed it. I just love how this game is so scary and so tension filled and anxiety inducing, and you keep hoping for a break. You get past one impossible sequence being like, okay, I need to recover from that, but you really never get a chance to. It's just one incredible terrifying sequence after another, and it's just absolutely relentless, and it's just so atmospheric and just engaging, and the characters and their relationship is really great. The gameplay is a ton of fun. The location and the enemies are always changing. It's a game that evolves so perfectly. It's a game I just love so much. I love so much of the lore of this cart, and man, like this game is just unbelievably good. I had a blast playing it. I loved it so much, and when I hear amazing things about a game and it actually exceeds all expectations, just it makes me very happy. Resident Evil 4 Remake gets a 9 out of 10. Okay, but what are your thoughts on the Resident 4 Remake? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.